What's more valuable, $500,000 in cash or a meal seasoned with the wisdom of a luminary? This is the tantalizing question that sparked the birth of a groundbreaking show, Lunch with the Luminary.
Hi there, it's Jackie B. Taylor, and welcome to this episode of Lunch with a Luminary Box Lunch Edition. As you know, we are live at InvestFest 2024, where folks are innovating, ideating, and figuring out how to tap into generational wealth. To that end, we are so excited to have the CEO and founder of Camille Rose, Janell Stephens, with us today. Janell, thank you for joining.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I'm always excited to have a little box lunch with someone, but you are at the forefront of all these amazing changes in the beauty industry.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about how things have shifted since you started 12 years ago.
How things have shifted. What's the shift now? I think the shift now is more of a multicultural hair type. Before it was like a straight natural afro type twist out hair type, and now I think that since the brand has grown, we are getting that consumer that just have like texture, you know, from all different cultures. And I also think that what's also changed is that the industry, our category is more inclusive.
Right.
We're seeing different images that don't necessarily look like us. And so I think the consumer has changed. It's tapping more into our industry.
And you know, I can even think about my family and even myself.
Yes.
How many years ago was it? Maybe 8 years ago, maybe at this point, I went natural.
Yeah.
Whereas at one time, it was like there were certain styles you could only get if you had a perm,
Yeah.
you know, or a permanent. And so now people are actually paying attention to their hair texture, their natural texture.
Oh, definitely.
And things, and becoming more educated. Do you feel like you're tapping into a more educated consumer that can actually articulate, my hair is 4C versus?
Yeah, I think that was always been the case for us when we started our brand. I mean, Camille Rose ingredients is our focus. We're the gourmet foodie brand. We believe that what you put in your body should nourish the outside of the body. So we've always had consumers that were label readers. So it's been the case. That's definitely not new. People are paying attention to their hairstyles, their ingredients, the products that they're using. So I think that's been pretty consistent. Okay. Yes.
And then when you think about just your business experience as a CEO,
yeah.
You know, the beauty industry is not an easy industry. It's like individuals that go into entertainment and sports. It's luck, it's hard work,
yeah,
it's strategy. What are the elements, just for our audience, that you think contributed to your growth and you being successful in where you are today?
Well, number one is prayer. And number two, believing in your prayers, having faith, and believing in yourself. And then first and foremost is about drive and hard work, because a lot of us have these great ideas, but don't act upon them and don't really know what to do with that idea. And for me, I think that you have to dedicate, if that is truly your passion, you have to dedicate your time, you know what I'm saying, to doing something every day towards your passion and try to figure it out. Because I don't think that no one really knows, you know, like we don't.
Not automatically.
Not automatically, but it's educating yourself. A lot of it is not something you can go into like a school and learn. It's about educating yourself.
So one of the things that we talk about is our entrepreneurs in Business Boost Society, free community for our entrepreneurs, they don't have the benefit of a rich uncle.
Exactly.
Many of them are first generation entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
They weren't able to kind of sit in the pizzeria while their parents, you know, worked and then handed it down to them.
Right.
So
100%.
How did you?
I got it out the mud the way the majority of our culture gets it and have to get it. I was self-taught. Like my very first meeting at Target, I sat in that meeting pretending like I knew what the language was, what they were telling me. I didn't know any of that.
Right.
But I was making notes. I didn't let them know that I didn't know what they were talking about. But when I got outside of that meeting, I Googled and I educated myself on it. I have a master's in science. You know, I have a higher education degree, but it did not prepare me for this directly. You know what I'm saying? It prepared me to, okay, if you got to make a deadline, you have the grit, you can do it because we've done this in school. But as far as like the day-to-day business and operation, it did not prepare me. I had to educate myself. I had to teach myself.
And then what about capital? So we talk about relationships, education, but also access to capital to grow your business.
Access to capital, I think it's a little tougher. Is definitely, I didn't seek that out. I chose to grow at my own pace and self-fund. And everybody, you know, they have their own passion and they know what they want to do and what's best for them.
Now?
No, I would not. No, Camille Rose, you know, my passion 100%. You know, my business 100%. I was okay with growing at my own pace. I was okay with, as I grew, being able to take my money, putting it back in the business. I'm 100% okay with that. And I think a lot of people need to know that. You know, capital is great. It can help you scale quicker, but it depends on what level you're comfortable with doing.
So today
Yes.
versus when you started, if you had a magic wand and somebody said, listen, I'll give you whatever you need to grow your business today, what would it be?
What would it be? I think a team, good employees, because man, you know, Camille Rose was started in my kitchen and I had my hand in everything, formulating a product, mixing it up, putting it in the bottles, me and my kids putting the labels on, to taking it to USPS or FedEx to ship, everything. Wow. I did everything, which I'm grateful for, but it was very, very hard for me to trust the team and let people do their job. If I'm hiring somebody from marketing, that's their skill set. Let them do that, you know, because I'm hovering over the entire thing because it is my baby, it is my passion. So, and it was difficult to find, you know, people to match my energy and hard people. And I think speaking with a lot of other business owners, like that's the number one complaint.
It's the technical acumen, how to do it, but there's the passion and the piece that isn't about the how. It's just the So let me ask you a question, because what you just described is where a lot of our business owners in the community are. They're still at that stage where they're the ones doing the baking of all of the items. They're still holding the recipes and doing it themselves, or getting their kids and family members to help them package. How did you make that transition from working in your business to working on your business?
Well, I'm definitely still in my business, but I had to realize that a lot of times the magic is within you, and it's okay to trust other people. When you bring somebody on, back up and let them do what they know how to do. You know what I'm saying? And that was a lot of work. I was a work in progress, and you know, just breaking through whatever I was dealing with internally.
Did you hire one person at a time, or did you, to your point?
I hired as I grew.
Okay.
So I couldn't afford to bring a ton of people on, you know, at one time. So as I grew, I hired, and I started with the warehouse people first. Yes. And then
do kids have anything to do with that? Like, Mom, we're gonna have to stop packaging all these.
Well, I had to let them focus on school. But yes, definitely. But it's been all a blessing. My journey has been a blessing. You know, I've loved every step that I have taken. But what's important to me and what I tell other people, you have to be okay with your growth level. You know, it's levels to it all, but you have to be okay with how you want to grow. And I did just that, so I have no regrets at all.
Rushing it?
Absolutely not. I wasn't rushing it because I was self-funding it. And what most people don't know is my first year in Target, I was still hand making everything. So I had yes ma'am. And it almost not almost, but it knocked me all
the way. What kind of were you dealing with?
A lot of, I don't know what I was thinking. Like I got the first order and I'm like, oh, I got it, I made it, I completed that. But then the orders keep coming. I'm like, wait, hold on, what? And so I just had to bring people on as the company grew. And I was definitely okay with that.
Were you ever at risk of losing it? Where you
never.
Said, I can do it.
Never, because the consumer is spoken. I've always been supported by my culture, my people, and I made sure that what I put in that bottle, it was quality. Quality. Because when I started Camille Rose, it wasn't to sell to other people, it was for me and my family. So I made sure I was going to give me and my family the best ingredients. And I fought hard to not compromise my formulas on my products and not change anything, which is why it took me years to trust the laboratory and be like, okay, you're allowing me to come in here, you're allowing me to show you how to formulate, now we can do business.
But listen, your family has extended well beyond your immediate family now. Everybody
yes, love it so much.
Your products
Absolutely.
And services, products realizes that. So talk about your new initiative with your Noir program.
My Butte Noir Festival, yes. So it's a give back that I wanted to do for the city of Atlanta. Butte Noir, we celebrate that around Juneteenth, and it's a festival similar to like Invest Fest, where I have people come in and we have entertainment, we have food. It's a 2-day event, a weekend event, and we sell products, we have vendors, and we just have a good time and celebrate Juneteenth.
Nice.
Yes.
So what do you think the connectivity is between your products and Juneteenth? Like, how do you connect the themes?
Well, it's for the culture. The culture connects us. And we make sure we show up. We make sure, we give back, and we have products for, our hair type and hair texture. So it's made for us by us.
Well, I can tell you this. You are a wonderful example for the ancestors.
Thank you.
What we all should be doing from an entrepreneurial perspective, a generational wealth perspective.
Absolutely.
And then even the work that you do to give back to the community, to bring it all full circle.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for enjoying this.
Thank
lunch.
you.
I think we should dig in. This looks pretty good.
Absolutely. Thank you.